Yo, what is up, artists and art fans? I am your host, Zim Zimmer, and you guys are on Chatting with Zim. This is episode 108. Guys, I got a nice special treat for y'all. Everything's been fine in Dandyland. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you guys are checking me out, Chatting with Zim. Make sure you guys check out all the dope archives here on the YouTubes. Make sure you guys check out the last few episodes. We had Botello, Eddie Draws It, Tunes. If you guys haven't seen that, man, then you guys are definitely, Jones' tune was pretty dope. What up, King Gonga? What up, Big Bro in the house? Today, guys, we got an awesome guest. Not only is he part of the Monstrous Art Clan, that's right, if you guys ain't following us, you guys are lame. But he's also from Illinois. He lives all the way from Geneva. You guys could find him at ThaloHalo.com. You guys could also find him at ThaloHalo on YouTube. Of course, he's here on ThaloHalo. Lou Gabriel is going to join us back again, so that's going to be what's up. Oh, there he is. Just popped in. Pretty dope cat. If you guys haven't been informed, if you guys haven't been keeping up with Chatting with Zim, then he first appeared on episode 4, 35, and then he actually hosted. First guest who ever hosts Chatting. So it was Chatting with Thalo, not just episode 40, but number 80 as well. Make sure y'all check those episodes out. Those are dope, man. Y'all missing it. Also, he was a part of the 100 episode as well. Let's go ahead and bring him in here. He's part of here at McCarty's Mills Tap Room. Also, the Cotton Seed Exchange and Ghoulish Mortal Chicago. So shout out to them gents. And you guys could find his work there, man. A little bit more about that coming right up, y'all. Let me go ahead and... wait, did I even... Where is he at? Where is he hiding? All right, there we go. I invited. There we go. So make sure you guys check that out. I don't know what the heck is going on, but in the meantime, make sure y'all check Chatting with Zim. Go hit that little subscribe button, por favor. That would mean a lot. Aside from that, check out therealzimzimmer.com. Got all the dope prints and all that good jazz. Just quick shout out to our last winner for the giveaway, Gecko NEC. I will be sending your stuff out this week, my man. So don't think I forgot about you, right? What up, Blackjack Davy? Thank you guys all for joining us. Let's go ahead and see if we could get our guest here. There it is.
Jeez, if you didn't want me on, just let me know.
Yeah, man. You know, I should have told you. I forgot to send the memo last minute.
How you doing, brother?
I am good, my man. I am good.
Good. Always, always a pleasure to be in your show.
No, word. Thank you, bro. And it's always a pleasure to hear from you, man. I was letting the people know episode 4, 35, 40, 80, a few Christmas shows here and there. I think Chatting with Zin's been through 2 of them already, so that's what's up.
Jeez, people are sick of me already, probably.
Nah, man. If they haven't watched it, then they're really missing out on some great entertainment and some good stuff there, man.
Yeah.
And your evolution. So
yeah, things have happened. Things are happening, I should say. So yeah, again, it's always fun. It was great to interview you on your show. I thought it was great chatting with Thalo. Got to know all about Zim. Want to say hey to everybody in the chats, and yeah, we're just we'll chop it up today. We'll see what's going on.
Yeah, thanks everybody in the chat room, man. Seeing a lot of familiar faces. Fat Boy Marshall, doing hard. I see hard. Oh yeah, that reminds me. The talented Mr. D, what up, good sir? Dan O'Mai, he says what up, Zim, and what up, Davey. I saw Blackjack Davey in there.
Wow.
That's Maniac. Bags, the brother Bags. So thank you guys for tuning in. Of course, we got this young artist I haven't seen before. First time meeting him.
Well, I've been described as many things, but a young artist. It's been a while since that, but yeah, no. Thanks for having me on. It's you know, I've been really blessed recently. No, South Side, not Coke. South Side. Where's my sock stuff at?
I
Um,
had to wear it purposely. It wouldn't be a nice Chicago theme show without the old Cubs in here.
yeah, no, I hear
Yeah.
you. I hear you. I think the Sox won today anyway, so good for you. Um,
Oh man, like that, huh?
I'm just
Oh.
I'm wearing my black, you know.
That's what I was up. King
So
Gango says King Thalo Halo in the house.
hey,
Oh,
King Ganga. Hey, everybody. Yeah, this is a little weird. This is different than our first interview because we kind of know each other pretty well. Um, but I wanted to jump on just because we haven't chatted in a while. You've been busy, I've been busy, and I thought it'd be good to catch up and kind of let the people know what's going on with me and how I got there and answer any questions. So it's really up to you. I don't know what kind of format you want to do today. If you want to ask me some questions or we just want to roll with stuff, how do you want to go about it?
man, you know what? I know I usually do this on the first round of the show when I introduce new artists. You know, we love to talk about the origins, share tips and whatnot. Um, and it's been a while, man, since people kind of knew the origins. I highly doubt that they have gone back in the time machine there. But if they haven't, I mean, just in a quick little
Yeah.
summarization, man. Tell us how you got here, how long of the experience. But
Uh,
before we get into that, man, sorry, Thaler, to cut you off real quick. Make sure you guys are checking out Live with Seven and the guys over at Dead and Laughing, part of the Monsters Art Clan, and that's about it.
re-
Sorry,
res-
man.
no,
And
respect to both of them. Great shows. I've been on both those shows before. I've got my mask up here behind me that I wore on Dead and Laughing, and
now
and Live with Seven. Always a good time to chat with a brother. Seven. So good times. Yeah. If you haven't seen those shows, go check them out. If you're an artist and you want to promote yourself, get on those shows. Get on this show. Get out there. Get your name out there. Um, origin story, really quick, because many people don't know this. I started out. I was a painter for a long time when I was younger. I took a about a 19-year break because raising a family. Me and my wife had a daughter. Raising the daughter didn't have much time between work and family and everything else to uh, to do art. Really, my hands were kind of full. But as my daughter got older, she didn't need me as much, and I started drawing a little bit more. Uh, just cartoons. Just open up a sketchbook, did a quick, 10, 15 minute drawing every night, and I was like, oh, maybe I'll post this on Instagram. So I've been on Instagram for maybe 4 or 5 years. I don't know the exact number, but I've been around for a while. You could kind of scroll through all the stuff I did,
for sure.
and you'll see that it was just cartoons out of a sketchbook, some markers, cartoons, quick stuff, and then I wanted to kind of get better. So I tried doing different styles and evolving, and every year, every January, I kind of start over again. And you'll see that if you go back in my gallery, that you'll see a bunch of different styles because I was like, well, I didn't want to. After taking a 20-year break, I just didn't want to go. Oh, okay, this is what I do now. I didn't know what I wanted to do, so I just started messing around. I know I like superhero stuff, comic based, pop culture stuff. I've always done that, but just started to get into it. And then maybe 2 years ago for Father's Day, my daughter bought me like 5 canvases, and I hadn't painted in a long time. So I'm like, oh, I'll just paint these 5 canvases, and it was a struggle. It was rough not having painted in like 20 years, and then
Damn.
tried painting again, and did that, and then kind of went back to slap stickers, graffiti stuff always inspired me, did that work. And then this January, I just went, no, I'm gonna drop all the slap stickers. I'm gonna drop all the drawings for the most part, and just focus on painting. So I've really only been painting seriously since January 1st. That's
Wow.
when I got my new stuff out, and I'm like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. And it kind of pissed a lot of people off. I lost a ton of followers because people were following me because I used to do slap stickers, or I did this, or I did the stuff that they like. And January 1st, I decided to kind of clean slate it. But I was doing that before, and nobody really noticed it, and I really didn't talk about it. But every January, I just like, all right, this is a growth time. I did this year. So it was more for my development because I didn't know what I wanted to do, and more for just kind of, just growth in general. Hey, how do you become a better artist? Well, all right, I got fairly confident in doing slab stickers, and people were buying them, and I got a following, and it was all good. But okay, where's the challenge? If I know I could sit down and bang this out, it became less of a challenge and more of a, I was just doing tons of commission work. And it was just like, hey, draw me Joker, draw me this on a slab. And I was doing it and it was fun, but it just got to be less of a challenge. I'm like, well, I don't know what, I kind of went, okay, I know what I can do. I can go back to painting because I know I'm no good at it. So that's what I started this January. And I started painting pieces like this Prince piece right behind me, where it's portraiture, but it's very graffiti inspired, and there's a lot of text in there, and so I'm kind of locked into that style for a little while. We'll see if I change up this January, but right now I'm kind of digging this because it's still challenging. Um, and I've been really blessed since January. I've been able to get into a few galleries. People are starting to dig the work. Got good news this morning. Some guy in the UK just bought the Jordan 1 shoe, the
Oh,
original
dope.
painting. So he
Dope.
bought that. So I thought that was kind of cool. It's always nice to wake up in the morning and get a notice from PayPal going, hey, you got a ton of money in your bank account now. I was like, oh, sweet.
Damn. That's what's up, dude.
So
Love it.
that's kind of a very very quick version of the origin story. A lot of people know the name Thalo Halo. It's inspired by graffiti artists because nobody signed their name because it was illegal. Everybody came up with a tag or pen name or whatever. And you also needed that for Instagram. So when I got into Instagram, I was inspired by graffiti artists. Thalo is a color of blue. Halo, my last name is Gabriel. Thalo Halo just kind of fit. So that is the 5 minute origin story, or less than 5 minute origin story of where I am to this to up to January.
Yeah, the cliff notes.
The really quick end of it, but like, and I still keep all my old stuff because people are like, hey, I really like your stuff, or how do I get better, or whatever. I'm like, look at my gallery. I don't delete anything. All the old pieces that I did, all the junk, everything that I did when I started 4 or 5 years ago is on there, and you could see my evolution. So it's like, how did you get good at this, or how did you get good at portraits? Well, I've done over 1,800 posts on Instagram. That's how I got good. I did 1,800 drawings, and I'm a big believer of the Malcolm Gladwell 10,000 hours. If you put in 10,000 hours of anything, you're eventually going to get kind of good at it. So that was my
Yeah,
mentality.
there you go. I just want to say we got questions already coming in, so I want to go ahead and just open up the actual room really quick. If you
Shoot.
guys got questions, just make sure you use that question bubble below, por favor. That way we are able to share with the people. Um, if you guys are just joining us, then we are talking with Thalo Halo out of the Illinois, so Illinois native. You guys can find his work at McCarty's Mills Tap Room. Also, the Cotton Seed Exchange and Ghoulish Mortal Chicago right here on Instagram. If you guys are around the Aurora area and want to actually get a damn copy, then there you go. Contact the man himself or check out his ThaloHalo.com and make sure you guys subscribe on YouTube, por favor.
I I also I just got into a new gallery, Artisma in Geneva. They are carrying my work as well. They got 5 new pieces. If you look at my gallery, you'll see the Frida in the David portrait. There's a Mickey Mouse, a Sinatra, and a Mona Lisa piece. Those are all at Artisma in downtown Geneva, Illinois. And I'm also going to, I just found out that I'm going to be part of the Art Bar, which is a theme show every month at the Two Brothers Roundhouse in Aurora.
Two
And
Brothers
I'm
Roundhouse.
and I have a big announcement since I'm like already promoting myself. This August, the Paramount Theater in Aurora is putting on a production of Kinky Boots. To go along with that production, that play, they're having in their grand gallery, they're having a show, and I will be one of the 2 artists in that show in the grand gallery. It's going to run the entire run of Kinky Boots, and that's going to open up August 18th.
August 18th.
August 18th at the Grand Gallery Paramount Theater.
Wow.
Yeah.
Congrats, dude. That's what's up, dude.
And I've got several other locations I'm talking to. My goal is to get into 3 more galleries by the end of the summer. I'm also doing a bunch of independent shows. I'm part of the Monsters Art Clan Dollar, um, the Dollar Art Show starting June 19th. That Zim is a part of, and many other of the Monsters Art Clan talented artists are going to be in that. That'll be on June 19th. That was just announced. And
That's right. That's right. We are.
yeah, so we've got that. And like I said, I've got, Beard Guards. There's a place called Beard Guards Barber. It's in Batavia, Illinois. It's a barber shop, but it also has a monthly art show up in there. And I will be part of that next month as well. So
Oh, look at you, Mr. Busybody.
I got stuff going on, and then I've got 3 more things that I can't talk about because they're not inked in yet. But as things get inked in, we'll let you know. But y'all be sick of me. How about that? Because I'm trying to.
Um, no, dude, honestly, man, that's what's up, Thalo. Big congrats, dude. Now that is fucking wicked, man. That's some cool shit right there. And that's a ton, man. And being that you got the actual snowball rolling, uh, do you think that you're coming this January, you'll probably switch up again, or are you going to keep this
No idea.
momentum?
No idea. I'm just kind of letting this play out. This is the first year that I went, okay, let's get serious about art. Let's start painting again. Let's start, getting it because you got to remember it was during the pandemic, so there was
Mm-hmm.
no cons, there was no anything, and I was like, well, all right, how do you, and art galleries were closed, so I'm like, well, what do I do? How do I get my name out there during the pandemic? And a lot of people just said, well, you can't because there's a pandemic and nobody is letting anybody in, and galleries are full and people aren't. But I have found out that if you talk to people and they like your work, they'll figure out a way to get you in. And I could definitely describe, because I was trying to, when I started getting into galleries 20 years ago, it was a different process. There was no Instagram, there was no anything. It was a different process to get in. So even though I have knowledge of how it used to be, that doesn't apply to now. So I'm kind of learning all this, how it goes. And how do you get into the new system, and how do you get people to recognize your work? And I've read a bunch of books, and I've looked at a bunch of videos of people, and I've kind of taken bits and pieces from everybody, and just I'm working on the building block thing. And by building block, I mean I got into one, I did a really good job in one. Then when I went to the next gallery I wanted to get into, I said, hey, I'm in this one place already and I'm doing well, and here's my art. And they're like, cool. So I got into the next one. And the next thing, everything builds on everything else. When I got into Cottonseed, that's where the guy who curates the Paramount show saw my work. So
Okay.
that was offered to me. So everything kind of builds on everything else. It's difficult to get into that first spot, but it's not impossible. But then everything builds, and there are tons of opportunities out there. I was told, just wait until the pandemic's over, and I'm like, well, I don't
Mhm.
want to wait. There's no reason to wait. And yeah, it's tough times out there, but there are, if people dig your work, they want you to get in. They want your stuff. I mean, people are still buying. I was really concerned when I started in January with these new style of painting. January was dead. Nobody was buying my work. Nobody was returning my calls. Nobody was doing anything. And I was like, wow, what did I do? Did I just shoot myself in the foot? And I'm like, no, I'm going to stick with this. And then February, I got a sale. I was like, oh, okay, I'm back. And then, an opportunity came up and I was able to get into cottonseed, and the people there were really nice. Shout
Mhm.
out to Yvonne Cottonseed. And I thought I was going to hang up one piece when I got there. And I was talking to her, and I ended up taking like this whole big wall. If you look at my Instagram gallery, you'll see I have a whole wall and half of a window up front. So she was really cool, and everything kind of builds on everything else. So everybody out there thinking, oh, I can't, the art walks aren't around, or this is not around. I've been able to do this during the pandemic, and it's doable. And I didn't think it was, and a lot of people told me it wasn't, but it is doable. So
No,
I'm
that's what.
I'm sure I didn't answer your question, but there was a lot of information in there anyway.
No, there's a couple. We definitely got the old cool staple here by our brother Black Jack. How many spiders can you fit in your mouth?
None, because spiders are gross. So that would be blackjack. That would be none.
And Mr. Gonga is asking, who are your graffiti influences, man?
I would say old school is Cop 2. Love his lettering. New school, Boogie, Rawls, um, even one of our own, like Kever One's lettering,
Yeah.
solid. Um, and there's always a lot of new people on. Because I'm constantly looking at, oh, do I change up my lettering? Do I change up my ease? And I love the fact, like, if you watch his videos, he'll like he'll explain to you, yeah, I do the ease now different because I just got bored with it, or it looks dope. So I always experiment with my lettering, based on just listening to these people that are more advanced than I am. They're like, oh, I changed my A's, I changed my E's and all this. So I do that, and I'm constantly kind of sketching different letters.
Blackjack says he didn't ask if they were gross. Uh,
Always a pleasure to have Blackjack Davy around.
Fucking crazy.
Um,
No, man, and that's pretty dope, man. So it seems like you got your hands full, man.
I got my hands full. It's funny because I'm looking at my board as we're talking, and I've got all my current projects and and it's filled, but it's I'm always adding to it. There's always something else to do. There's always other opportunities because I just did a pop-up event last night at McCarty Mills, um, and then there's going to be a sticker show there. One of the Monstrous Art Clans, DC Halasi, is helping them curate a sticker show. So I'm going to be in that. I'm always keeping my eye out for new opportunities because as I get things done, like what's next? I don't want to sit and go, oh, okay, I had that show and it was dope. No, I want to like, what's next? I'm starting to expand in this area around us in the
Mhm.
Chicagoland area, but now I'm talking to a gallery in New York and I'm talking to a gallery in Nashville because I want, it's great that I'm doing this area, but now the next level is let's get further out. Um, I thought it was dope that, like I said, that I haven't sold anything to anybody in the UK yet until the guy bought the Jordan 1 painting. So I get, now I'm shipping internationally, I guess.
Dang,
So,
that's cool.
I think that's cool. So I'm trying to I'm trying to get the area around me, kind of figuring out where I can get in that's close to me because it's just easier because I'm going to a lot of these galleries. It's not like, okay, I'm in that gallery, there's my work. Like with Ghoulish Mortals, they're always looking, hey, can you do another print, do another thing? And then, about a month ago, they're like, no, it'd be dope. We sell a lot of buttons and stickers. So I came up with a line of buttons and a line of stickers that are now up on my wall at Ghoulish Mortals. Um, and the same thing with Cottonseed. I change my wall up every month because they have a thing called First Fridays where the whole town comes out on Friday night and looks at art and we stay open late. I don't want people to be bored. I don't want them to see the same thing like, oh yeah, I've seen this dude's work. Every month I switch that wall up. And there's new stuff. So there's always, I don't want to be complacent and I don't want to forget the people that helped me get to where I am now, but I also am looking at what's next. Where else can I get into? What else can I do? The t-shirts. T-shirts really helped me out during the pandemic because people weren't buying art, but they were still buying t-shirts. I just loaded a bunch of new t-shirt designs. So I'm trying to make sure that I keep up, not only, keep looking towards the future, but not forget about the people that helped me get there. So
Word. That's what's up. Rarely Magic says hello from the UK, Thalo.
hey, Rarely Magic. Apparently, I ship now to the UK. So if there's anything you want, hit me up, brother.
Heck yeah. And you know what? This is a nice little segue, man. And since it's been a while, Thalo,
Mhm.
uh, let's go ahead and play the little favorites game.
Okay, hit me.
Let's find out a little bit more about your favorite stuff, shall we? So, favorite food?
Tacos.
Anything specific in general?
El Pastor tacos from our local taqueria in Batavia.
There you go. Favorite music?
That one's tougher because I listen, depending on what mood I'm in, I will listen to old school rap. I'll listen to old rock music from the 80s, kind of hair metal stuff when I grew up. Chiller music, it really depends on the type of mood I'm in. So I don't have one go to like this is it.
Mhm.
But definitely old school rap, definitely, Big Daddy Kane, NWA, all that stuff. Big inspiration to that. But then, like I said, just kind of all over the place. Because quick fact about me, I wasn't allowed to listen to any music other than country music because I grew up in a very conservative house and my dad ruled all the music. So it wasn't until I got to high school that I was able to listen to anything other than what he listened to. So in high school, I was just kind of like listening to everything because it was all new to me. I didn't, and I didn't have anybody who would go, hey, check this out or check this out. I was just like, oh wow. Once I got to high school, I could listen to whatever I want.
Saw
And
Thalo with a fro and shit.
I actually, when I did have hair, it was a fro. I had a pick. It was
Right.
like back in the day. I mean, there is a rare couple pictures of me out with hair, and yeah, it was. I try to, like I said, the type of music really depends on what I'm doing. Obviously, when I was doing Prince, I was listening to the Purple Rain album because in
Yeah.
1984 is when I graduated high school, and that was huge that summer. That I mean, and I got to see the last because I moved to Miami, and Prince's last stop on the Purple Rain tour was the Orange Bowl, and I got to see him live there.
Yeah, that's
So
bad. We're joined by ThaloHalo, guys, an awesome Illinois artist from Geneva. Make sure you guys go check out ThaloHalo.com and subscribe to YouTube while you're there. Go and subscribe to Chatting with Zim, por favor. Ivan in the house says we got to see those pictures.
I'll think of. I want a piece of. Was it Ivan? No. Oh, No, that's a different artist. Sorry. Yeah, Ivan, Mr. Hat Guy. I will dig you up those pictures so you can make fun of me.
Mr. Hat Guy. What up to Del Nose as well, doing
Oh my
my
God. Hey, big shout out to Dylan News. Glad you're feeling better, brother. Glad you're doing okay. Good to see you back. Much respect, much love out to Dylan News.
sure. You're well, you already covered some of your favorite artists there. Actually, what are some of your favorite artists? Give me a couple from current, and then a couple from whoever, I guess.
Um,
Literally.
I would say Ed Paschke was a huge inspiration to me for current. Tony Fitzpatrick. Tony Fitzpatrick helped me get into my first group show when I came back from Florida. Another Chicago artist, kind of a Chicago staple. Tony Fitzpatrick 9, I believe, is his Instagram handle. Ed Paschke, I got to meet once because I was in a show and his work was hanging next to my work, and he came up and talked to me. We were not friends, but he came up and talked to me for a few minutes, and just after that, he was like, "Dude could do no wrong. Dude's a god." And as far as old school stuff, I gotta say, and it might be a little cliche, but Van Gogh, just because the Van Gogh self portraits that he did were a huge inspiration to my portrait work. I always thought that his just the way he painted and the colors. Now we don't paint the same, but that was a huge inspiration. And as far as his business sense, another Jean Michel Basquiat, that was a huge influence. Keith Haring. I grew up in the '80s; those guys were huge in the '80s, and that was very graffiti inspired. Jean Michel was Simo, and Keith Haring was very graffiti. And trying to think, as far as business sense goes, Pablo Picasso. Pablo Picasso, as a person, was a real son of a bitch, but he was one of the true artists of his time that knew how to market, knew what his worth was, knew how famous he was, and he really knew both sides of the game. He knew the art game, but he also knew the business game. He was very, even though he was extremely prolific as an artist, he knew what he was doing. Again, getting back to he was a real son of a bitch and he was a horrible person, but as far as his business game, he was on point. So those are my inspirations.
There you go. That's some pretty dope inspirations. Do you believe in ghosts?
Yes, 100%. Have seen them, believe in them, believe that my mom is haunting me. I
Oh shit.
not no joke. Uh, so yeah, 100% down with ghosts, down with aliens, down with Bigfoot, down with cryptic, down with yep. So fight me if
And
you guys want, but I'm down with all that.
man, maybe someday we gotta talk public about this stuff. It's pretty interesting. Uh, I mean, obviously, of course, Thalo comes with color. I'm going to assume and say it's your favorite.
It, I,
Three.
I, it was Thalo. I was looking for a blue because there was a period in my time because when the Blues Brothers were big, they had a saxophonist named Blue Lou, and my name is Lou, so people were calling me Blue Lou for a while. And then I was just like, okay, I need a blue. What's a cool blue name? And I was just kind of looking for the alliteration. My last name is Gabriel, so I went with Angel Gabriel Halo, Thalo Halo. Just kind of it rhymes, it goes together.
Yeah. Got it. Well, so in that case, what is your favorite color?
I would have to say my favorite color is blue is up there. Light blue and orange are my two favorite colors. You will see orange and blues and purples in just about every painting I do. I mean, you will be hard pressed to find any work that I do that don't have blue, orange, and purple in them. I mean, you can look behind me. There's orange, there's purple, there's orange, there's blue.
Word up. And what about your favorite piece currently?
My favorite piece currently is the Prince piece behind me because my favorite piece is always my last piece. I love
Ah,
it while I'm doing it, and then as soon as I'm done with it, I start hating it because then I start looking at it and seeing all the mistakes. But I'm not one of those people that are like, oh, all my work is precious and everything I do is great or this piece is great. I see the flaws in all of my work. I'm like,
mm-hmm.
oh, I shouldn't have done that. But at the time, I didn't notice it because I was into working, and I was into painting. I was into, I get into a zone and, oh, this eye should have been lower, or this should have been different, or I should have used, more highlights on this text. But usually my most current piece is my favorite piece, and then I move on to the next thing. So I don't have anything. I'm a creator. My job is to get artwork out in the world, and then for other people to like it or not like it. But my job is to produce artwork, and that's what I try doing. Nothing is really precious to me. There's not a painting that I've done that isn't for sale because I'll make more. I'll do more. I
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
ever want to go, oh, something I did 2 years ago, that was my best piece. No, nothing's precious to me because I keep creating and I keep getting better. Every piece I think I get better, or at least I should be, you know.
What is up, gutter baby in the house? Fights and
Hey,
beyond
Gutter,
cycle.
talk about a dope artist. Gutter Baby. Oh, add her to my inspirations.
There you go, and gutter baby to the inspo. Uh, what about what is your favorite part of the process when it
The
comes down to painting?
the actual painting, the actual like coming up with the idea is kind of a hassle. I'm like, how am I going to do this? But once I get that figured out, I like sitting down and doing the painting. Like once I do the pencil sketch is rough because I'm like, oh, do I move this here? Do I get the layout right? But once I lock into this is it, and then I start painting, that's my favorite part. That it's just I get into a zone and it's just like it's just really enjoyable to do. Um, And like I said, and then like my least favorite part is the ending, painting out the edges, wiring the piece up, all the BS work, but still
Uh,
needs to be done.
yeah,
That's my least favorite part, and I generally save that till like I have to deliver something, and then I'm like, oh shit, I gotta paint the edges out and wire it up and put an inventory number on it, put a business card in it, and all that other stuff. But the actual sitting down, going, all right, I know what I'm painting like with this Prince piece. I knew I wanted to do Prince. I knew what lettering I wanted to do because I kind of saw an inspiration from a graffiti guy. He made the I in Prince, the symbol. I'm like, oh, I'm going to do something like that. And then it's just getting into it. And that's my favorite part, the getting into it.
pretty dope.
And,
Uh,
and I got to paint quick because I have an attention span of a gnat. If something takes me more than a couple days, I get bored and I start overthinking it. And I am my own worst enemy when it comes to overthinking a piece.
mhm.
And that's why I've got to be on. It takes me a couple days to get a piece done. If I work on it longer than that, it never turns out great because I'm like, oh, I'm putting too much pressure on myself. I'm overthinking it. Should I change this? Should I change this? The best paintings are 2 days max, maybe 3 days max. Going in there, coming up with the idea, banging it out, figuring out what canvas it is, vertical, horizontal. Am I going to lay the type out this way? Am I going to do? But once I get into it, knock it out, and then I've done some pieces. I did a Hellboy piece that I do not like, and it took me forever to do. I think you've seen it. It was sitting behind me for months, and those are the ones I struggle on that sit around. Anything else, all the pieces that I'm really, really proud of come out really quickly.
It's pretty cool. Let's see. Rarely Magic. He's asking, what is the hardest, most difficult piece you painted? But I think you
I would say
just
the help.
answered
Yeah,
the question. Yeah.
it would definitely be the Hellboy because I couldn't. A lot of times, I don't know how you paint or how you work, but I get the image in my head, and then it's just transferring what's in my head onto the canvas. And with the Hellboy piece or a couple other pieces, I was trying to figure it out as I went, and that rarely ever works for me. If I get the image locked in my head, like I see the finished painting in my head, then I'm like, got it, and I can just that's why it can work so quickly because it's already painted in my head. It's already done. I know the colors I want to use. I know it's just the process of transferring it from my brain to the canvas and then out.
Now, as an artist, there's been a lot of talks. I've heard you on many lives going digital. Yeah.
I don't. I have mad respect for digital artists, without a doubt. I am just not in that stage right now where I know eventually I will go there. I have an iPad, I have the iPad, I'm all set up to go digital. But at this point, I during the day I'm on computers all day, and one of the reasons why I started doing art in the first place was to give my hands something to do, give my to get away from the computer.
Okay.
So it's more of I'm not looking at a screen. So mad respect to digital artists. You're doing great. Pez is out there. Dominic Glover, all these guys out there killing the game, doing digital art. Mad respect, but it's just for me personally, it's not where I want to be right now. And I also I'm not looking to do cons anymore. I'm not looking to do things where it's like, oh, this piece is going to be a print. I'll do prints of pieces, but the main focus is I'm going to do this canvas. So that's my mentality, and I give everybody a little chin music on, oh, you're not a real artist. Mad respect to everybody who does it. It's just for me, my stage in my development and things I want to do, and I'm also learning, and I like the no undo factor of canvases. If I screw up something on a canvas, I got to paint over and start again. And I like that because I grow better that way. Now, people can grow doing digital art 100%. But I just, like I said, I'm off to the side here. I've got three 30-inch monitors that during my day job I have to stare at. I just don't want to do that when work is over. I want to, get a piece of canvas, something I can grab onto and get some paint and some acrylic and kind of dive into it.
And that right there, those are facts, man. That's a great answer. It seems like there's a Lassie, shout out to her, part of the Monsters Art Clan. Also, we are hosting All About the Benjamins. This is happening this month, the 19th, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, 19th. I just saw it announced. I believe Dizzy is putting them all together. I sent my work into her. I was only able to do a couple pieces just because I've got a lot of things going on, but I was really happy to be, I'm part of the Monsters Art Clan. That group helped me get to where I am. Just from a mental standpoint of during the pandemic, having other artists to talk to, and from a quality. Whenever I do a painting, like this Prince painting, I'm using it as an example because I'm looking at it in the monitor. Every night when I got done, I post my work in project to the Monsters Art Clan chat, going, here's where I am. And people will shoot in, oh, yeah, it'd be cool if you did this, or it'd be cool if you did that. And, it's good to get that feedback while I'm doing it, but can't say enough about having a group of artists. And you're not going to do everything but it's good to hear other points of view going into it. I have the luxury of having my wife and my daughter are both great artists, and they'll also comment while I'm doing something. But having people that don't know me that well also comment, it's real valuable. So shout out to them, and shout out to everything they've done. And I can't tell people enough, if you are a painter, having a community, having somebody to support you is invaluable. I mean, it has helped me. Dizzy Halassi helped me get into Cottonseed, the second gallery I was ever into. She was already in there, and she put in she connected me with the owner. So, shout out to her. She's got me to do events which I wouldn't have done if she wasn't there. So, it's pushed me to get out of my comfort zone. So,
Now that,
everybody should get an art group.
yeah, and that kind of brings me back to the actual question. She is asking, how are you feeling about doing events more often and connecting more with people in person?
The events are tougher for me to do because I'm really not. Uh, I'm not looking to get a booth and a tent and all the things you need to properly, because there's art fairs all over the place, and mad respect to the people that do that. Um, I'm not comfortable as a person doing that. I have done a couple. Dizzy has pushed me, and I've done a couple, and I've learned a lot from them. Made sales and met a lot of cool people. I am not gonna. I think to do them really well, you need to commit. You need to like buy the tent, buy all the stuff there, be prepared to do it right. And I'm going kind of a different route. I'm trying to get into galleries, so it's not okay. Because if you do like an art fair, you're there for 1, maybe 2 days. You've got to make your money there. I like the idea of getting my work up in galleries so it's consistently there. I've got a wall at one place. I got a wall at another place. It's always there. I don't physically need to be in all these places to make sales. You
Passive
know,
income, baby.
Exactly. Same thing when I do the t-shirt designs, when I do, anything that I put on my website for sale, it's just passive income. I sold the Jordan painting. I didn't even like. I just woke up and I got a notice from PayPal. Hey, you got a bunch of money. Cool. And that I kind of am taking that route. And no disrespect to other people that do that. A lot of great artists out there do fairs, do events more. It's just again, it's not where I want to be in my career. But everybody else has their own thing. Like one of our another member, Notorious Pez, is big on doing cons and starting to get into cons and traveling and doing all that. Mad
For sure.
respect to him, just not. Everybody's got their own path. Everybody could do it a different way. He's doing it his way. He's blowing up. He's doing great work. I'm taking a different path than other people. And well, and there's no right path for an artist and no wrong path as long as you're trying something. The only wrong thing is not doing anything. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. So as long as I'm trying to get into galleries, trying to get into places, getting my stuff up, that's my path. And maybe not everybody wants to do that. I'm good.
Yeah,
Everybody's going to find their own way.
exactly. Is that well put? Thank you, Magic. Rarely Magic. He says, shout outs back to both of you. Hosting shows like this and seeing your art on Instagrams helps me with inspiration and helps to challenge myself to produce different pieces. I missed that. Where is it? Different pieces of my own. So props to you both. Thank you very much,
Well,
Rarely
thank
Magic.
you. Yeah, yeah, and that's and that's how I watch all of Zim shows. All of those shows. I mean, 99% of the shows that Zim puts on, I'll watch live. Maybe a couple of them I've had out, just because family issues I've had out like watch later. But seeing other artists and everybody's taking a different path and seeing how everybody does it and cherry picking. Hey, okay, I'm gonna do what this person did, but I'm not going to do this other thing, and figuring out what's right for you. I think at the end of the day, the what's right for you, what feels comfortable for you, what makes sense for you as an artist, that's what you should be doing. And, if I'm helping you or if Zim is helping you, that's great. Our goal is the rising tide lifts all boats. Better artists, everybody does better, everybody's eating, that's great. So I promote other artists on my. Now I've been promoting myself a lot recently just because I've had a lot of events going on. But in between events, I do shout outs once a week to here's all the artists, and I try to promote other people A lot of them are Monsters Art Clan, but also other artists that I just follow that I think that, hey, if you don't know about this person, you should.
Yeah, for sure, man. And the community appreciates that. I get involved in that as well, and
Oh,
it's
totally.
it's just a fun way to grow as a community, meet new people, meet new artists. People with like minds. Something that a lot of people don't really talk about the art world. And I've had conversations with not just Dylan News, but other people, where it's the marketing part of the business part of the art world. Excuse me.
Hmm.
So I mean, there's ways of how to use platforms. There's certain layouts that might have better strategically pleasing views.
Hmm.
And just stuff like marketing, man. I mean, you being in this game a little bit more since January, what have you learned in that field?
I I have learned that being consistent is key. Being out there promoting not only yourself but promoting other people. If it's always me, 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 people get tired of that, and promote other artists and they'll promote you back. Follow, if you want to get into a gallery, don't blindly go up to a gallery and go, oh, I think my work would be dope in your gallery. Follow them, get engaged with them, show that you have a vested interest, promote their stuff, that kind of thing, before you just like barge in and go, oh, and by the way, I want to show my stuff in your gallery or be in your store or whatever. I mean, I think that you really have to show that you're. So many artists think, oh, my stuff is the bomb, I'm going to put it up and that's it. There's People don't have to buy your work. You want to be out there promoting all the time, and you want to not only promote yourself but promote other people. As far as I've got experience, because I've worked in galleries for a while, galleries will not let you in because they're your friend or they like you. They need to make money off of you, your product to them. And if they see your work as something that they could sell to make money on, they will gladly put you in. And that's what I'm finding, that, luckily I've come across a niche where people are seeing, oh, this, I could sell this stuff and we can make money on it. It's a two-way street. If you're trying to get into galleries or trying to promote yourself, it's got to be beneficial to both people. And yeah, also another marketing thing, like I said, consistency when you're on Instagram is key. I'm starting to do more reels and I'm getting some traction by that. I really kind of avoided, I was never on TikTok before,
Hmm.
but I just recently started doing some reels and they're getting, no joke. I mean, and there's a science behind all that. There's a science behind how do you do a reel properly where it gets more views. I've got some reels that have 200 views when I started, and the last reel I did got over 3,000 views and over 100 likes. And it just, there is a science to it. And look it up on YouTube. How does this, you don't have to. There's so many people trying to sell you like, I'm a social media coach and you should pay me $150 a month or $500 a month to be your social media coach. You could do that, or you could just go on YouTube and watch tutorials and figure out, oh, this is how they do it. You so yeah, the marketing side of it is, in the business side of it is just as important. Commit to something. If you commit to being at an event, be there. Be there with all your stuff. Be there on time. If you're going to be at a gallery and they're like, oh, we want to do something, get them that. Don't wait 2 months. Last year, I had an opportunity where a gallery wanted to see my work, and I didn't have a bio and I didn't have a portfolio ready. And it took me way too long to put it together to send to them. And by that time, they never. Now they reached out to me. They were interested in me, but it took me so long to get back to them. They're like, we're not dealing with this guy. He's a
Yeah.
fake. And I said, that will never happen again. I've got a portfolio ready to go. If any gallery is like, hey, we want to see more of your work, I've got that ready to go. I can send it to you right now. If you commit to being in a place, be there, be on time, be active. Um, Be consistent. You know, it's like with you and your show. You have your show every week at a time on Sunday. It's consistent. We know where it's going to be. That's the biggest thing with people. Don't, you know, if you post once a week, great. Post every Tuesday. Or if you, but don't post every 2 months and expect to get traction. You know, you've got to show people that you're on the. I mean, we laugh about it, but it's like you got to be on the ground. You got to be out there creating all the time.
Rarely Magic says he has to split. It's 1 a.m. in the UK. Highly
Oh,
appreciate it.
geez, yeah, really. Thanks for staying up late. Really appreciate it. And yeah, well, I'm gonna follow. I'm gonna check out your work right after this.
And also, if you guys know, we always have these awesome giveaways on the show. So today,
Yeah, because I got one once. There it is. That's
there we
cool.
go. Nice little 5x7 print from Megazord here. And if you guys haven't voted or commented, then too late. So let's go ahead and get the comments. 14 people.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner. One of them's me, and I don't want to win this on my own show, but I still participated.
Oh, Tropics Art. There we go. That
There you
is,
go. Congratulations. Congratulations, winner, winner. You get a Zim piece.
let me see, Tropics Art.
I'm not familiar with that person, but maybe if I saw their work, I might be if they're an artist.
There you go. Wins an awesome little Megazord prize. There you go. Na, 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 na.
Very
Cool.
cool.
Very, very cool.
Outstanding. Well, we're almost at the top of the hour. Uh, if you could give me a minute, let me run down some stuff. I'd really appreciate it. You good?
Let's do it.
All right. You can find my Treehouse of Horror prints and also buttons and stickers at Ghoulish Mortals at 228 West Main Street in St. Charles. They are also on Instagram if you want to hit them up that way. Link in the if you go to my bio, you'll see a lot of the you'll see all this information there. My paintings are up at Cottonseed Creative Exchange at 8 North Broadway in Aurora, Illinois. Uh, I've got my new classic line of paintings at Artisma at 101 South 3rd Street in Geneva, Illinois. You could also check out all these people on Instagram, check out their website. I will be part of Art Bar, which is a monthly theme show. They're going to start up in August at Two Brothers Roundhouse at 205 North Broadway in Aurora. I have my big show at the Paramount Grand Gallery with Sick Bombshell will be the other artist there. So check out at Sick Bombshell. And it's conjunction with the Kinky Boots show, and it will open August 18th. Beard Guards in Batavia, Illinois. I talked to the person. I'm going to be part of their next monthly show. The Monstrous Art Clan had the All About the Benjamin show on June 19th. I'm part of that. And I have several other things that are in the works. Maybe next time you have me on, but my goal is to be in 3 more galleries by the end of the summer. And yeah, that's kind of shout out to me. I gave you all that information, but if you have any questions, please DM me, and I will be able to direct you to the gallery. Each gallery that I'm in kind of handles a very specific part of my work. That way, there's no overlap. Ghoulish Mortal handles my Treehouse of Horror prints. Artisma has more of my classic line of prints. Cottonseed has more of my graffiti-inspired stuff. So the Art Bar is going to have its theme shows, but more than likely they're going to have more of my like my Tank Girl, the Deadpool piece behind you, more cartoon and superhero-based stuff. So I try to make each gallery is a special experience. You're not going to see the same stuff at the same store. Every place is going to have it a little bit different, and that's what I'm bringing to
Awesome.
the table.
That's
So there you
dope,
go.
man. And that's it. And of course, ThaloHalo.com, and subscribe to him on YouTube as well.
DM
Uh,
me with any questions. I love chatting with artists, so yeah, totally.
yeah, hell yeah. And all your Simpsons pieces, man. That's one question I forgot to ask. What is your favorite Simpsons episode?
Plowman,
Plowman?
yeah,
Plowman?
Plowman.
Mr.
Um,
Plow? Mr.
Mr.
Plow.
Plowman, that was stuck in my head forever. Uh, my favorite Treehouse of Horrors one was probably I'm trying to remember because there's 30 of them. Dial M for Murder was probably my favorite one of the Treehouse of Horror episodes. That one or The Raven, where Bart
Oh, that's a
Simpson was
classic.
the Raven. That was a classic. So there you go.
It's pretty cool. Nevermore.
Nevermore. Shout out to Edgar Allan Poe.
Yeah, hell yeah, man. Great episodes. Um, I won't hold you up too much longer, man. Just another question for the artist or the business side.
Sure.
Just really quick, a lot of people, as always, talk about price and how do they do all of this and that. How do you set your current rates, man?
My current rates are, I look at it as if you were to buy a lobster, market price. Never, never underestimate your art and don't give discounts. Think of yourself as better than that. I don't give discounts to people because my my talent isn't based on your budget. It's my talent is what it is. And once you sell a piece at a certain price, that's your price because people will then buy it. I'll give you, for instance, with slap stickers. When I started, I was doing slap stickers for $3 a piece. You got an original slap sticker for $3, and I was selling a lot of them. Then I was like, well, let me kick it up to $5, see if people are still going to buy. My slap stickers now are $20 each, and they sell. And the same thing with the paintings. You start at something reasonable because when you're an artist starting out, you're considered an unknown. So no, there's no secondary market for you. There is just people are buying that piece because they like it. And you have to remember you can't put a $10,000 piece. You're not gonna you can try to sell yourself for whatever you want, but the reality is, when you're starting out, a couple $100 for an original painting makes sense. When you get a little bit more advanced and you start selling at a couple $100, you can increase your price. Do it in short increments. And then as soon as somebody buys a piece for that, well, that's what your price is. You know that people will be willing to buy. And you could slowly increase your prices. Now, when I get into galleries, there's difference because they take a percentage. And a lot of the time, the galleries will dictate. So in some of the galleries that I'm in, it's higher than what I would think. I was like, oh, wow, they want to put this price tag on it. Well, they want to put that price tag on it because they get a percentage of that. And the higher they sell it for, the bigger percentage they get. It's not worth their while to sell $100 small painting because what do they get $40? They're not going to, they want to sell something for $300 or $500 or 1,000 or 2,000 because they get more money on it. So it really depends if you're selling something independently, like on your website or at like a pop-up, versus if you are partnered with somebody in a gallery, your prices may vary. But never undercut yourself, and also give people more. Like if you buy something of mine, and this goes with a lot of the people in the Monsters Art line, you get extra stuff. We throw in a bunch of extra stuff.
Oh yeah.
Stickers, buttons, whatever. We always do that. We give you more than what you expect, but I will not come down on a price for somebody, because it's like if you're going to spend $300 on something, you're going to spend $350 on something. If you're going to spend $500 on something, you'll spend 550. What I'm going to, I don't run sales. I don't run, the art is what it is because people are buying it. I don't need to. And I think people get into the point where, oh, nobody's buying my work. No, it just hang in there. You'll find your voice. You'll find your market. Like I said, January, I sold nothing and I freaked out. And I'm like, do I go back to slab stickers? Do I lower my price? What do I do? And I was just like, nope, I'm going to keep it the same price. And then all of a sudden, February came. Oh, people are starting to buy stuff again. Great. So I did freak out, but I want to tell everybody, set your price. Don't, it's not negotiable. You wouldn't walk into wherever and negotiate something. The price is what it is. And they should be honored that you're selling them a piece of your stuff. And that's the way I look at it. It's not, you shouldn't be begging people to buy your work. People should be, because you want both ends. Once you make a transaction, you want them to be thrilled that they have a piece of yours, and you want to be thrilled with the amount of money you sold it for. You don't want either side to feel bad about it. Because those happy people will come back and buy again. And you get recurring customers that way. You want it to be a two-way street. You want people to be thrilled with your work and thrilled with the price, and just hang in there and be realistic with your prices. See what other artists of your level are selling for. You could try to put a $5,000 price tag on something, but be prepared to wait for a while for the right person to come along. I'm not saying you won't sell it for $5,000, but it's going to take a while.
Yeah. Is up what is up, Black Enemy Art. And no, that's very true, man. And that's great info for anybody wanting to learn. As far as pricing goes, I mean, that's always one of the biggest questions to artists, right? How do you price your work, and where do I start, and this and that.
One more thing I want to jump in. If you do commission work, if somebody goes, hey, do you have whoever, or whatever, and you don't have it, and you're like, oh, but I could paint it for you. Get half as a commission or whatever you feel comfortable, because so many commissions will fall apart on you, will not finish up, will not pay you that second half. So make sure if you do a commission for anybody for anything, get at least half the money in your account before you do anything. Because learn from me, I've had stuff go sideways, and I will never do it. Even people that have bought multiple pieces from me, even people that I do consistent amount of work for, they know that it's half up front before I do anything, because it's just, you never know when somebody's going to freak out on you. Never know when you're going to end up with, especially if you're doing a commission. Around Christmas, I get a lot of, hey, will you paint my wife? Will you paint this? Will you paint my kids? What am I going to do with that painting? You can't resell it. So if they freak out on me and just go, oh, it turns out I don't have the money to finish paying you, you might as well. I've had people go, you might as well just send it to me. It's done. What are you going to do with it? And I'm like, I'm going to keep your money and paint over the canvas is what I'm going to do with it. So there are people that will try to take advantage of you, and you just really need to watch your own stuff. Nobody will market you. Nobody will take care of you like you. I like a lot of people. You don't trust a lot of people because it's a name, especially if they connect with you on Instagram or whatever. You don't know them. You don't have a relationship with them. If you want to do the work, that's great. Just, take it from me who's been burnt. Get your, any kind of commission work, any kind of specialty work, get that money up front.
Very, very wise words. And, I think we're going to leave off with just one more question, man.
Shoot.
What is your biggest failure, and what did you learn?
My biggest failure was not doing something. anything that I've done that maybe it hasn't worked out great, but at least I've learned something by doing it. My biggest failure is all the opportunities that I didn't take. I look back at those regrets of, oh, I should have done this or I should have got back to that person. Nothing you could do about it. And once you, especially in the art world, because there's so many artists out there, if you miss an email or if you don't respond to somebody or whatever, they will find somebody else. We are not snowflakes. We are not special. You know, people, if they want work done, if they're interested in buying art, if they don't buy it from you, they'll buy it from somebody else. So my biggest failures are all the people I didn't respond to, all the opportunities I didn't take, because I've done plenty of stuff that has not worked out. Plenty. And I've spent money and I've done this and it didn't work out and I lost money, but I'm not going to do it again. I've learned something. I always take away from every failure. There is something to take away from, but the biggest failures that I consider are the ones that I don't take. Edison made, what was it, like 600 light bulbs that didn't work before he made one that did work. And he didn't consider those 600 failures. He said, I know 600 ways not to make a light bulb now, you know, and
Yeah,
that's,
yeah.
you need to take it away because you will have events. You will go to events where you don't sell. You will go to places that, oh, this sucked, or I was in this gallery and nothing happened and nobody showed up. So what? You could still put on your resume, I was here, I did this. Maybe it didn't work out, but you know, or maybe you did something wrong. Learn from it. Biggest failures are always, you know, and learn from the mistake. Don't make the same mistake twice. If
Mhm.
somebody asks you for something and you don't get it to them and you lose that deal, don't do that again. Be prepared next time. Like I said, if somebody reaches out to me and goes, "Oh, I dig your work. Do you have more information you could send me?" I've got a PDF. I'll send it to you right now. Give me your email. And I've learned from that. And I think that that's what young artists need to know that. And I hate saying it because everybody's, you know, there's so many great artists out there, but we are not that special, you know, to the point of if somebody really wants to buy artwork, if they don't, you know, if they can't buy it from you or you're a problem or whatever, they will buy it and it will go into somebody else's pocket. The idea is, you know, getting that returning customer, treat everybody with respect, you know, and until they cross you. And then, and here's something else. If somebody screws you on a deal, they screw you on a deal. I've seen several artists get really loud on Instagram about, oh, this person sucks and they screw. Don't do that. Just move on because it doesn't get you anything. It's just it. You know, you want to keep the positive vibes. You know, and if you get screwed on the deal, which we all have been, just give lesson learned and move on. You can be mad about it. Just don't go up on social media and spout about it because it just makes you look bad at the end of the day. You know, you want to be somebody that somebody wants to work with. You know, people want to work with cool people. You know, they want to be in business with cool people. You could be the greatest artist in the world. If you're a dick, nobody's going to want to hang your stuff. You know, you want to
Yeah.
be, you know, give more than they offer. Be on time. I stress that all the time because you will. I talked to this guy who curates a show, and he's like, dude, you would not believe the amount of times that people don't wire their pieces and don't like. He's like, people have dropped off canvas panels to me. How am I supposed to hang a canvas with no wiring, no nothing? They're like, here. He's like, I won't ask them to be in any more shows, you know, and it just take the time to, you know, make it easy on people. Take all the no's away, and then all you get is yeses. If you take all the excuses away from people, you're going to get into doorways.
Yeah. There you go. And that belongs on a shirt. On a shirt. Take all the B away and just what
Yeah.
remains.
I mean, I say that, and that goes into every walk of life. I use that with my people during the day, if you take away everybody's reason to say no about something, all there is yes after that. If you can explain why something is a good, why you should buy this. Here's a good story about this painting. This is great. I'm about to blow up. You should get this now. You'd be lucky to get, take all the, give them nothing but positives. Then they're going to go, oh, yeah, of course I'm going to buy this, you know? So there you go.
There it is. The amazing and talented ThaloHalo.
Thought you were going
Holy
to mention
shit.
somebody else's name at the end of that. Oh,
Right, right. I should have. I was going to say Wizard of Oz, but
yeah.
Wizard of ThaloHalo's Wizardry. ThaloHalo's House of Wizardry. There you go.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a front. I'm gonna open up a wizard store.
Cool.
So
What did you tell your sister?
always a pleasure talking to you, my brother. I mean, we've known it is a little weird to be interviewed by somebody that I like know and consider a friend of mine, and we like know personal stuff about each other and all that. But I think that
Like,
you're doing the art world a service by doing this show. It boggles my mind that more artists are not banging the doors down to be on your show to promote themselves. And I can't, if anybody out there is listening, the one takeaway is the marketing end of it, the promoting end of it does suck of being an artist. But when you're giving a free opportunity to do that, like Instagram is a great when I started doing art way back in the day, nobody knew about you unless you were in a show, and then unless somebody wrote about you. You've got this great tool, Instagram, of promoting yourself. You've got interviews, shows like your and Live with Seven and Dead and Laughing, and there's a bunch of other shows out there as well. But those are the three that you should be on. That they, be on these shows and talk and get used to it. And people are like, "Well, I'm uncomfortable being on camera or this or that." Yeah, but it depends on what your end game is.
yeah,
Do you want to
exactly.
show? Do you want to get your name out there? Then this is also part of it. You can't pick and choose, what part of the career and then still be successful. If you're not successful, if you're not promoting yourself, that's kind of on you. Every opportunity I get, if somebody wants to talk to me or whatever, I'm all about that. And it's mainly because it's the right thing to do, and it doesn't cost anything. You're not charging me. I mean, I hope you're not charging me for being on. And we're just, yeah, yeah. And you get out there, and a lot of people, rarely magic. It was cool that he jumped on from the UK, and I'm going to check him out. And if you've got one takeaway, if you connect with one person, whatever, that's great. You just get used to. I'm naturally a chatty motherfucker, but I mean, you can. I'm it, Anybody who really knows me knows I'm an introvert. It's difficult for me to do this, but I know that I have to be on. I have to be entertaining, and I have to drop knowledge, and I have to share my experiences, because giving you yes and no answers doesn't help anything. Doesn't make it entertaining. Doesn't bring anything to the table.
Word up. And being an introvert, man, I don't know why I completely forgot about this. I have it written down on my notes. But Good Morning Aurora.
Good morning,
Uh,
Aurora. That that that
how was that like? That
that
was awesome, man.
I was at Cottonseed Exchange doing a First Friday. I had a little booth set up, and Curtis came up and said, "Hey, I host the show, Good Morning Aurora," and I didn't at the time when I first met him. I had heard people in Aurora talking about him, but I had not watched the show, to be honest. So after the first time I met him, I went online, and his podcasts are available everywhere. It wasn't like it was tough to find him, and he does a video version, and on YouTube, very similar to you, but it's I'm like, I talked to him, and he's like, hey, would you want to do something? I'm like, yeah, of course I would. Aurora is the second largest city in Illinois outside of Chicago. It's got which I didn't know either. I thought it was like Naperville or something. No, Aurora is the second largest city in
Wow.
Illinois. And he's a really interesting dude, former Navy dude. It just decided, hey, I want to do this show and talk to people. And it's not all art related for people that don't know the show. It's not all art related. It's he talks to everybody. He talks to all financial people, anybody doing something positive in the community. He's down with, and yeah, he asked me to be on the show. And we had a really great time, and like I said, it's weird. It's one thing to talk to you. I'm in my house in my studio and I'm comfortable and I got my Diet Coke and all this. It's another thing to walk into a professional studio and sit down and have cameras and lights and everything on you. But he made it really cool. He asked some really great questions. It was a great opportunity for me. And I'm actually going to be on again to promote the Paramount show. So I'm going to be on early August to right before the Paramount show launches to promote that. So yeah, Curtis is a really great guy, and yeah, it just everything builds on everything else. Had I not gotten the Cottonseed and I hadn't had my paintings up, he wouldn't have known about me at all. Had I not done that in-store presentation, I wouldn't physically have met him, because it was people we knew kind of similar people, but we didn't know each other. We actually got to meet, and everything builds on everything else. Don't when I talk about opportunities, even if even if something is a fail, something good might come out of it. And the pop up, it was the first one that I ever did in like 20 years, and I was nervous. I mean, I had Mari, I had DZ next to me, and she made it a lot easier. But I made some good connections, I made some sales, and I got to be on that show. And that show opened up a lot of other things, a lot of other opportunities. People knew it was weird when me and my daughter walked around First Fridays in Aurora last for June because I didn't have anything going on. So me and her just walked around. People knew who I was. It was weird when people are like, "Oh, I know you," and I'm like, "How do you know me?" But yeah, it's weird when people say they know you. That's for sure.
That's cool though. Any autographs?
No autographs. No autographs. Not. I am not to that stage yet, my brother. But
Not yet, huh?
we'll see. Things are. I have to say things are going well, and things are. It's a lot of hard work. It's just not. I'm not laying back doing nothing. I'm out there making things happen. But good things are happening. I mean, shows are coming around. People are letting in. Like I said, I want to talk about these three other galleries that I want are be in, but it's not. I'm not in yet. And we're just talking. They like our stuff or like my stuff. So next time I'm on, I'll let you know. But I have a goal to be in three more galleries by the end of summer, and that looks like it's very attainable. And then my next goal is to expand out of the state. There's a group in Nashville I'm talking to, and a group in New York that I'm talking to. So it's hard work, but it's paying off. It's not overnight. It's a grind. Just keep on the grind, keep doing stuff, keep figuring things out, and it'll all pay off for you. Positive vibes, everybody.
Damn right. Positive vibes, yeah. Yeah, man. And I think that's pretty much a nice closer there.
100%.
Yeah. Halo, everybody. Thanks for coming on again, dude. It's been a pleasure, man. And as we get closer to that Grand Gallery at the Paramount, let me know. Definitely promote that for you.
Great.
Uh,
Appreciate it.
yeah, I like I said, I finally got some the push enough to sign up to some events. I signed up to a couple of them. Haven't heard anything from either one. The other one is in July, but it's
Yeah,
whatever.
you're not going to hit every ball out of the park, but you're going to miss every one you don't swing at. So keep
Yeah,
going.
exactly.
and you'll get it. You'll get it. I mean, your work is too good not to be in places and not to get into stuff. So keep on it.
No, exactly, man. And it's always a pleasure, man. Thalo Halo, mentor, friend, uh,
Back at you.
awesome graffiti artist from back in the day. Just one of the godfathers. No, but yeah, thank you very much, man. Like I said, you guys can find them at ThaloHalo.com. Make sure you guys head over to YouTube, subscribe. Is that something new that I just seen coming from you? Uh, McCarty's Mills Tap Room.
That was a one night event. That was that
Okay.
was that was just a pop up. That I was there yesterday. I will be in a show there that Dizzy is doing next month, I believe. But yeah, I don't have my work up there permanent. Very nice place, but that was a one night event.
So there you go. In that case, it's the Cotton Seed Exchange, Ghoulish Mortals Chicago. Uh, Help me out with the name
Uh,
Artemis.
Artisma in downtown Geneva, 101 South Third Street in Geneva, Illinois. It's it's more of my classic stuff. If you look at my gallery, you'll see the David painting, things like that. That's of what is in those pieces, and then a bunch of other shows coming up. But always reach out to me on Instagram. I'm always trying to promote my stuff, let you know where I am. Check out my bio to get links to all those places that I'm currently in, and hopefully I'll add to that chain of places.
For sure. And anybody else listening, it's August 18th, 2021. He's going to be at the Grand Gallery Paramount Theaters. So that's going to be dope. Look forward to that. Aside from that, shout out to Monstrous Art Clan once again. Make sure you guys come back for the 19th or head over out there and just follow us.
Yep.
Stay tuned because we are having all about the Benjamins. We're going to be going ahead and doing some
Look at that.
cool little auctions there, right? A little gallery as well, or that's pretty much what it is.
Online exhibit of each artist within the Monsters Art Clan is painting dollars. They're actually $100 bills, and everybody's doing their own take on dollar designs for them. So yeah, I can't wait to. I've seen a few people's work. It looks super dope. Everybody go out and check that out. June 19th.
Definitely. And if you don't like the art, always, put it in the washer and then use the $100. So there you go.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd use those $100, but you know.
And that's it, man. That's been chatting with Zim. I'm your host, Zim Zimmer, guys. This is episode 108 featuring Thalo Halo, man. So thanks again, dude.
Thanks, bro.
Lou, thank you very much, brother. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate you. Appreciate everybody else who came to join us. And that's pretty much it. Notorious Pez, there he is. Thanks. That's when we go.
Yeah. Now that Pez is joined, we got to end it. So cool.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, he's here now. So gotta go, guys. It's been fun.
Bye, everybody.
Peace out. Trust the process.
Trust the process.
Damn right. Later, gents.
Later.